what is being very selective with the truth, because Linda Mwananchi has registered a political party called People Renaissance. So, but anyway, I agree with him. If somebody has failed anywhere.
Wenyanchi, how are you doing? I hope you are doing fine. Now, there's a new party that was registered on 22nd of April. It is called People's Renaissance Party. Yeah. So I didn't think much of the party, not until I heard from Senator Cherargei. So apparently, this People's Renaissance Party is the Linda Mwananchi's party. Yeah, interesting. So during a Senate meeting, Cherargei hinted that the Linda Mwananchi faction are the ones who have registered this People's Renaissance Party. So my question was simple. Is this true? And if it is true, why would the Linda Mwananchi faction distance themselves from the party? If it is a lie, why would the government, because obviously Cherargei is a government supporter, yeah, a staunch William Ruto supporter, why would he accuse them of having People's Renaissance Party? I want to look at these two things, yeah, the whys, and try and think critically, look it at different angles. Then the conclusion will be upon you to make. Otherwise, before I continue, let's listen to the Senate sitting first before we proceed.
I think my good friend Cherargei has made a reference to the governor of Nairobi being incompetent and suggesting that because the governor of Nairobi is incompetent, he should not get a ticket from Broadbase, but he should get a ticket from Linda Mwananchi. I want to inform him that Linda Mwananchi is not yet a political party. It may become a political party, but it's not yet a political party. And again, Linda Mwananchi advocates for progress. Progress. We are not going to take any mediocres. We are not going to take those who have failed elsewhere into the Linda Mwananchi brigade. So I just wanted to inform him that we are not preparing this movement so that we can take over those who have failed elsewhere.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for that information. That my brother, I'm told, but you know, Mr. Speaker, what is being very selective with the truth, because Linda Mwananchi has registered a political party called People Renaissance. So, but anyway, I agree with him. If somebody has failed anywhere else, he should not be allowed to hobnob. Because
na kama kawaida, we'll have to start with a story. Yeah. So I wanted to figure this. Yeah. For comrades. So imagine. There was a guy in campus who had a secret girlfriend. Now, everyone suspected, but no one had proof. So one day, his rival stood up in class and said, "Huyo dem ni wake, wako na yeye." The guy laughed nervously and said, "Hapana bana, mnanichocha tu." But from that moment, two things happened. The secret stopped being safe, and the pressure to either confirm or deny became unbearable. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kenyan politics, where sometimes your enemies reveal your plans before you are ready. I've just summarized everything we are going to talk about in that story. Now let's look at this critically. People's Renaissance Party. So here is what happened. Senator Samson Cherargei, Senator for Nandi, a very local ally of William Ruto, came out and hinted the People's Renaissance Party, officially recognized around April 22nd, 2026, this year, could actually be the Linda Mwananchi faction's political vehicle. That's not a small allegation. That's basically saying, tunajua plan yenu. Then, there was an interview some time back that Sifuna attended on Citizen. And during that interview with Yvonne Okwara, Edwin Sifuna was asked directly about his relationship with the People's Renaissance Party. Of course, at that time, it was not yet recognized as a party. And what did he do? He shrugged it off, avoided the question, and gave nothing. Now, in politics, silence is never empty. Silence is strategy, timing, or fear. The big question is, if that party truly belongs to Linda Mwananchi, why deny it? Why not own it proudly? And if it does not belong to them, why is government-aligned leadership linking them to it? Now, let's look at the various angles. There's angle 1, the too early to reveal strategy. This is the most logical explanation. If Linda Mwananchi openly declares a party right now, they risk automatic expulsion from ODM. They lose seats, committee positions, political protection, and even Edwin Sifuna loses his Secretary General vehicle that Alai had alleged that he is still using up to today. So what do? They keep the party in the shadows, fight inside ODM, like the likes of James Orengo. They'll go there and declare themselves as party leaders. Then launch officially closer to 2027. And I think I talked about it. But at that time we didn't have the name or the image. So basically, mpaka election ikaribie ndio mtajua sisi ni nani. In quotes. Let's look at the angle 2. We have the psychological warfare by government. Let's flip it. What if this is not exposure, but pressure? By linking Linda Mwananchi to a party early, government forces them to confirm. And confirming, they risk expulsion. Deny. When they deny it, it looks suspicious. It's a trap. And a classic one for that matter. This is like someone shouting, "Huyu ameiba simu." Even if you haven't, now you must defend yourself, explain yourself, or panic. Upate mawe. Meanwhile, the accuser has already controlled the narrative. Angle 3 is testing loyalty within Linda Mwananchi. If there is a hidden party, and now its name is floating publicly, this creates internal panic, fear of leaks, suspicion of moles, because someone might ask, who told Cherargei? And just like that, trust inside the movement gets tested. Then there's angle 4, Sifuna's silence, which is basically a strategic ambiguity. Let's talk about Edwin Sifuna again. That shrug, that was not weakness, that was control. Because once you confirm, you lose flexibility. But if you stay ambiguous, you remain unpredictable. And in politics, unpredictability is power, just like the late Raila used to do it. The fifth angle is that what if it's not their party? Let's be fair. It's also possible that People's Renaissance Party is unrelated and Cherargei is simply creating a narrative to weaken Linda Mwananchi. Because if people believe they already have a party, ODM can justify kicking them out, public sees them as already gone, that weakens their legitimacy inside ODM, and that can even make their visit to Kisumu seen as a rival group to ODM, because last Sunday they went there as ODM. So, whether true or false, this move has already achieved one thing. It has dragged Linda Mwananchi into the spotlight and forced them into a corner. This is not about a party. This is about timing control. In Kenyan politics, whoever controls when you launch when you declare, when you move, controls your destiny. Right now, Cherargei is trying to force Linda Mwananchi to move early, and Sifuna is refusing. This creates confusion. Who is staying, who is leaving, who is genuine, and slowly trust erodes. This is no longer about whether the People's Renaissance Party belongs to Linda Mwananchi. The real question is, who is controlling the script? Because in politics, the one who forces the other to react is already winning half the battle. If you want deep, sharp, no-nonsense political breakdowns like this, subscribe to HiiStory, because here, we don't just follow politics, we expose the strategy behind every statement. Bye.